I'm not interested in Gabe.
Gabe, is it? What happened to Miss Greenway?
Sorry, I only wanted to help.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you had something worthwhile to tell me. It was obviously wrong.
Right, so I'm trying to crack onto you through your kids.
Yeah, well, that's what it looks like to me.
You're gonna ask her to go out with you. Honest, she really likes you.
I'm telling you, mate, if you want her, you're going to have to fight for her.
It's nasty, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll get worse.
Frank, you say you saw the animal that did this.
Yep.
Can you describe it?
I can do more than that. I know who owns it.
Well, who is it?
Charlie bloody Clark. He moved in over yonder about 3 months ago. No proper fence. He's turned the place into an eyesore. I've tried to tell him, but he's worse than a town. He knows it all. He's got this mongrel bitch that lets her wander all over the place.
All right, so that's the dog you saw?
I'm always seeing it. It hasn't been off my land since he moved in
But
here.
Frank, it was definitely the dog you saw this morning.
Absolutely. It was having its breakfast. Took off like a shot when it spotted me.
So why didn't you go after it?
I called you in, didn't I? Now, I want this cleared up. Charlie's only a plumber. He doesn't know the first thing about dogs in stock. This mongrel's got the taste. This is just a start.
Here you go. Come on, mate. Freaky time. Get this in here. Come on, Digger. Yeah. I know they look awful, mate, but listen to this. High quality, balanced diet promotes a proper weight, shiny, full coat. I ought to be eating it myself. Come on. I diet, you diet. Get into it. Rightio, see what Clark's got to say and check out the dog.
Check out how boss asked where it was last night.
You're the doghouse officer.
Asleep dog tired.
Oh, very funny.
Sorry, what was that, boss?
Not you, Doyle. Just do as you're told. If there's any trouble with the dog, have it impounded.
Roger, Matt Thomas.
You'll ought to start a comedy act.
Touch of this morning, eh?
Yeah, she must be all the skim milk and the rabbit food he's been having lately. She has medical in a couple of days.
Medication for you. Speaking of which, mate, how's the course of true love going?
Yeah, you're still dreaming the impossible dream, are you, Wayne?
Nick off.
Wayne in the neck. Get into your day, you know that, don't you?
No. Wayne's like the Mounties. He always gets his woman.
Get down, you mongrel. Get out.
Lively, isn't it?
He's just friendly. He'll lick you to death, mate.
And Charlie, can you tell us where the dog was early this morning?
Why?
Because your neighbour said that he saw him on his property.
Frank Wade's place? No way, darling.
Are you sure?
Definite. You can ask the Minister for War. Hey, Cheryl!
Do you keep her under restraint, Charlie?
She's me wife. Why would I do that?
Charlie, he's talking about the dog, for God's sake.
The dog is a he. You'll never make detective, will you, son? Hey, Cheryl! Look, why would I restrain him anyway? Wade's place is fenced. Get down, you mongrel. Sit. What's all this about anyway? You just giving me a hard time because we beat you in the cricket, eh?
No, Charlie, we're not. One of Frank Wade's lambs has had his throat torn out.
Not by Dylan, it didn't.
Dylan.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Hey, Cheryl! Any objections to that?
No, Charlie, I'm just blowing in the wind.
Oh.
All right, then how long have you been living here for?
Oh, a few months. Came out from town. More salubrious than over the workshop, Cheryl reckons. Nicer view.
Now, Charlie, are you sure about the dog? You've got to be careful in the country, you know.
Yes, I do know, as a matter of fact. It's not as if I'm up from Melbourne, you know. Hey, Cheryl! What? Look, what's all this about anyway? Are you trying to frame Dylan?
Yeah, right. We don't frame dogs.
Or anybody else for that matter. Now, we are going to have to insist on taking the dog into the vet for an examination, all right?
Oh, what for?
Shut up, Charlie.
Blood stains? I mean, have a look at him. You can see for yourself all he's been eating's chunky pal. You will ask the minister.
Yeah, all right. We'll let the vet determine that. Now, do you want to put him in the car?
Not particularly. You're arresting him. You do it. Highway 61 revisited.
Wasting your time, love?
Sorry?
No one in. Kids at school, Gabe as well. She's a teacher, you know.
Yeah. I was just... thought they might be home for lunch.
Oh, it's not lunchtime yet, love. Oh, and they say if you ever want to know the time, ask a policeman. Oh, it'd be a mistake with you, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, well, might just...
Hey, you can wait in my place if you like. I'll make you a cup of tea and you can show me your handcuffs.
No, thanks. I might wait out.
Hello, love. You got a visitor for lunch.
So I see.
Hi, I just wondered if we might have a chat.
Yeah, you better come inside.
Ta-da, love. See you later. Hey, and remember, you can arrest me any time.
This is official business, isn't it?
No, not really.
Not really. Well, either it is or it isn't.
All right, then it isn't. It's personal.
You don't give up, do you?
Look, maybe you were right. Maybe last time I was trying to crack onto you.
Is there nothing wrong with that, is there?
So why don't we try again?
Try what?
Oh, you know, you and me.
You and me what?
You don't make it easy for a bloke, do you?
You don't exactly make it easy for me. Turning up here and getting all the neighbours' tongues wagging.
What, you mean the old girl next door?
Yeah, I mean, Lila's great, but she's like a bushfire. One spark and she's off.
Well, she doesn't have much to go off about you and me, does she?
You don't know Lila.
No. But Leela was trying her hardest to get to know me. Now, look, like I said, I apologise for last time. And I was just wondering if maybe we all couldn't go out somewhere sometime. You know, you, me, the kids.
The kids?
Yeah, I don't know, on a picnic.
Picnic? Oh, I don't know.
Come on. Not such a bad bloke when you get to know me.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I really want to get to know you, so, I mean, if you could just go. Could you please?
Sorry.
What happened to knocking, Doyle?
I did knock. You probably didn't hear me.
There's nothing wrong with my hearing.
You know, we
thank
can
you.
probably get the people
Shut
at the medical.
up. Don't push your luck. What do you want?
T-Board just rang and said he won't be able to make it down to the pound to examine Charlie Clark's dog until tomorrow. He's too busy with the lambing season, you know.
Yes, I do know, thank you. So what do you reckon?
About what?
Charlie's dog, did he do it?
Well, Frank Wade certainly thinks he did. Mind you, there's no evidence in Charlie Clark's yard, no bones or blood or anything like that. But he could have got rid of it to cover up for Dylan.
Dylan?
The dog. After Bob Dylan, of course, you'd remember him.
Yes, thank you. I do remember Bob Dylan. That'll be all. Thank you. Born in a tent.
There you go. What did I tell you? $40 you owe me, thank you very much.
How do you know he hasn't practiced?
He would have been bragging, mate.
Out of the mouths of babes, $40, thank you very much indeed.
No, you've still got time.
All right, yeah, I can see this is going to get dragged out to the second coming.
Right, 3-day time limit.
Done.
Okay, I'm confident. I'm very confident.
Go, look at your line, will you? He's not feeding tonight, boyo. Looking his wounds more like it. I'm sure going.
Ah, you better make it an orange juice.
There's more sugar in OJ, you know.
Not psychologically, there isn't.
Well, fair enough. How come you're the only one being pulled in for your roadworthy?
Oh, just lucky, I suppose. Some clerk spun a wheel down in Melbourne and my number came up. Listen, tell me the truth, just between mates. I mean, how do you think I look, you know, physically?
Well,
Come on, don't mess about. I can take it.
well, you're not exactly Mel Gibson, but in a dark room with the lights behind you, and after a couple of drinks, you'd pass.
You forgot about the blindfold.
The Minister for War wants to know what's happening to Dylan.
He hasn't had a hit in years.
Oh, very risible, Constable.
Look, the vet hasn't had a chance to look at him yet, Charlie, all right?
Poor little bloke's locked up and you're in here playing darts.
Chill out, they'll get to him tomorrow.
Victimisation, that's what it is. Hate me, hate me dog.
Shouldn't you be down drinking at the Federal with your mates, Charlie?
What's going on?
I'll tell you what's going on. My Dylan's being framed, that's what. Just 'cause you lot are bad losers. Jeez, it was only a game of cricket.
Oh, shut up, will you?
Poor Dylan. I mean, he's scared of sheep.
Well, he'll be all right then, won't he? In the meantime, you're not doing yourself any good by coming down here and making a nuisance of yourself.
Oh, right. The umpire strikes back. Threats now, eh?
Just an observation.
Yeah, well, Dylan had better be out tomorrow, or I shall be seeking legal advice.
Hey, from Dogs Anonymous.
Wait, you weren't very sociable last night, mate.
Wasn't in the mood.
Yeah, you just got to keep at it. You got to keep plugging away.
Yeah, well, the question is, where's the target?
Well, you should have asked me. I got letters of recommendation, right, Maggie?
Not from me, you don't.
That dog you brought in yesterday, almost certainly innocent. The bite marks don't match anyway, he's too small. Sheep killers are usually bigger, Mastiff, Alsatian types. Or blue heelers. Sorry. Look, I'm in a hurry, I must go. Maybe somebody could pick up that dog from the pound and return him to his owner.
Will do. Thanks very much, Tibble.
Don't look at me, I've still got the smell on my pants.
Well, that's good. He'll recognise you.
Of course, a smart cop would just ring up the owner and tell him to pick up the mutt.
True, but Adam's got a better sense of community service, right, mate?
Yeah, right.
You come here. No coaching Wayne, all right? All right?
Canine victimisation, that's what it was.
Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, Charlie, but under the circumstances, I think the actions taken were justifiable.
Justifiable? Oh, come off it. It was false arrest.
He's a dog!
Now, where is Dylan, Thomas?
Oh, God help us. Look, as a matter of fact, he's on his way back to you right now.
Yeah, well, I'll be checking him for signs of police brutality, too.
Yeah. And thank you very much. Well, looks like Frank was mistaken.
Oh, he seemed pretty certain about it at the time.
Yeah, well...
Hi, Frank Wade's on the phone.
So, same animal, you reckon?
I'd say so, definitely.
Charlie Clark's dog.
What does that mean?
Well, it means that if Dylan did this, he would have had to break out of the pound, make his kill, and return himself into custody. Pretty smart for a dog.
Yeah. Dogs have escaped from the pound.
Oh.
Or it might have happened before he was taken in and we only just found him.
You didn't see a dog at all yesterday, did you, Frank?
Clark's one of those sort of people just don't know how to look after animals. They're a potential menace. There's nothing worse than a possible sheep
Doesn't
killer.
excuse you from making false accusations.
OK, I'm sorry. I could have sworn it was him.
It doesn't seem very likely now, does it? And if you hadn't played silly buggers and sent us off on a wild goose chase, we might have caught the real culprit by now, and you wouldn't have lost 2 more lambs.
Yeah, I'm not going to lose any more.
I hope you're not planning to do anything stupid.
What do you call stupid? Nothing wrong with a hunting party, is there?
Any other suggestions? Sensible ones?
Well, apart from digging up the backyards of all the local dog owners, no.
I'm sorry?
Perhaps they can find a few lamb chops buried there.
Right.
Oh, hello, is that the pound? This is Tom Croy. Just a minute, please, yes?
Boss, I think you better come and hear this.
Here, what? Doyle, can't you see I'm busy?
I did knock.
What is it?
A lady called Leela Clegg.
Leela, what does she want?
She says she knows what's been killing the lambs, and it's not a dog.
Not a dog. Look, something's just cropped up. I'll call you later.
Oh, look, I've seen it before. Well, glimpsed it. But this time, I was taking the shortcut down by the creek. I reckon nobody's going to follow an old biddy like me. Mind you, I might not say no if they did. Depending on who it was, of course. Anyway, this time I definitely saw something on the other side of the creek. It was slinking up through the trees. Very quiet. Kind of blending in with the dark. And then it must have heard me, because it stopped dead still. And it turned, and it looked right at me. 2 yellow eyes looking right at me. And it gave a hissy sort of snarl. Like that. And I knew straight away what it was. It was the Mount Thomas puma.
What?
Haven't you heard about the puma, love? No. Oh, it was this Yanks. You know, during the war, they had this mascot, see?
No, love. Wasn't it the old Russian bloke last century at the zoo when he died, all the animals escaped?
Oh, well, look, some say
and
that,
some
yes.
say it's a load of garbage or too much grog at the pub.
I was sober as a detective. I never have one. Can't afford it on my pension. It was the puma, Tommy. I saw it, and when it moved off, it was heading straight towards the Wade place.
All right, Leela, you leave it with us and we'll see what we can do about it. Now, listen, don't go spreading this all over town, will you?
Tommy, would I do do something like that? Huge teeth and a great slobbering mouth. I was petrified, I can tell you.
You see, you can stop looking for a dog and start looking for a big black pussycat.
What's going on here?
I was just telling them about the puma.
What puma?
The one that's killing all the lambs. I saw it last night. Big yellow eyes.
How many of those have you had, Leela?
Oh, just a couple.
Yeah, a couple too many from the sound of it. OK, you lot, I want you out of here. I do not allow guns in my park.
Fair go, Christine. That's hardly an attitude commensurate with fair play.
And they're all registered shooters.
I don't care what they are. I want them out now.
We'll go when we're good and ready.
This puma business could be really big news. Play your cards right, and you could double your trade overnight.
Look, I'm very happy with it the way it is. Thank you very much. All of you out now.
And what about the right to bear arms?
They're not doing any harm, are they?
No, not yet, they're not. This is your last chance. Are you going or aren't you?
No, we'll go when we're good and ready.
Right.
I'll take that. Permit?
Oh, right. Umpire Croydon puts up the finger again.
If you want a drink, you don't stroll around with a shotgun, not in this town. All right. I hope the rest of you got permits for those things. Check them out.
Hey, not us, Sarge. We're disqualified.
Yeah, I know that, Miles. So what are you doing hanging around with these blokes?
Our business.
It's my business, too, when you cause a disturbance in the pub.
That's bull. What disturbance?
You were asked to leave and you didn't.
Oh, come on. Look, we were just filling these guys in on the local terrain.
Yeah, precisely. A bit of a topographical rundown.
Oh, rubbish. You were getting Leela to fill them up with nonsense about the Mount Thomas puma.
Oh, I see. We're off on a puma hunt, aren't we, boys? Yeah. All right, Leela. I can see you hiding over there. I thought I told you to keep these stories to yourself.
I'm sorry, Tommy. It just sort of slipped out.
Helped along by a few scotches by the look of it.
Boss, permits are in order.
Guns aren't loaded.
I should hope not. All right, listen to me. Anybody firing a weapon without good or adequate reason or carrying a weapon under the influence of alcohol will find themselves in court before they can say Jack Robinson understood. Now do as the licensee has requested and get out of here.
Come on, boys. We got it.
Maggie, you better make sure that she gets home.
I don't want her to take me home. I'm the sexy one. Otherwise, I'm not moving.
I think it might be you, Patterson.
Now you're talking, Tommy. All's like coppers, me. This uniform is very sexy.
Oh, Leela. Oh, what have you been up to?
Hi, love. Got myself a lovely young bloke here to keep me company this hour, haven't I, love?
A bit too much to drink.
You do, love. Oh, I thought you weren't supposed to.
I'll take her from here. Come
I'll
on.
get the door. Leela, Tar.
I want him. I'm going to make him a cup of tea.
No, you're not. You're going to go to bed.
Oh,
Come
well,
on.
that too. A cup of tea for you, say.
Yeah, okay.
Come on,
Come
love.
on.
See you
You
later,
just
darling.
come right in, and we're going to have a nice cup of tea.
Has he come to see Mum? Oh, you idiot. He brought Leela home. She's legless, right?
Ben, Leela is under the influence, yes.
Told you, legless. Why doesn't he ask Mum out? He already did, but she said no, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Why doesn't he ask her out again? He's probably chicken.
She's fine. She just needs to sleep it off. She thinks you're the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, well, I grow on you.
OK, you two, go brush your teeth.
Stupid having to brush your teeth when you're going to the dentist.
Then go.
I'd rather be at school.
I should hope so. Come on.
Can he come to dinner tonight?
What?
We want to know if he can come to dinner.
Oh, I think the constable's probably pretty busy tonight.
No, I'm free.
Can we invite him if we're really, really good at the dentist? Please. Come on. Please, come on.
Yeah, all right. But, just remember, he's your guest. He's not mine, so you'll have to take care of him.
Okay. Can you come?
Yes, thank you, Ben. I'd love to come.
Yes, cool, yeah.
Ah, good. Caught you.
Only just.
Have you not at the Pardo place all day? Now, what's all this nonsense about a puma?
Well, I'm not sure it is nonsense. Every year there are sightings up round Hall's Gap, and Frank Wade lost a couple more lambs today. Apparently there's been a sighting.
Reliable?
Depends what you mean by reliable, I suppose.
Well, how were they killed, these lambs, the latest ones?
Same as one yesterday, throat ripped out.
Anything else?
Well, Frank reckons it must have got all the meat it needed first time.
And the guts?
Guts?
Well, of the two lambs, were they touched?
No.
It wasn't a puma or any other kind of cat. Look, they always de-gut a kill. Don't waste time on fairy tales. This is a dog, Tom. That's what you're looking for.
Hi. Something smells good.
Yeah, it's lasagna. I helped. She opened the packet. Ben doesn't like it. Yes, I do. No, you don't.
Okay, that's enough, you two. You're going to have to eat it because there's nothing else. And no sneaking it round to Leela's later, okay?
I don't.
What about the chop last night?
Oh, that was her. It was.
Okay, that's enough. Well, aren't you going to show your guest to a seat?
Anything I can do?
I doubt it. There aren't any more packets to open.
Oh, come on. We can watch the telly or something.
I don't know. Seems like the whole town's going crazy.
It's just the silly season, you know that. In a couple of days, they'll find the real culprit, some wandering dog, and all those crazy characters with guns will just disappear.
So you definitely think it's a dog, huh?
Yeah, of course, don't you? What the hell is going on there? What's all this?
Nothing. Scratch.
Let me have a look. Scratch?
This looks more like a bullet hole.
It's okay. He just needs a bandage and a bit of oil.
He needs a doctor and some stitches.
All right, what happened here?
Nothing. An accident.
Why didn't you go to the hospital?
That's where we was heading.
But you just decided to come in for a couple of beers first.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on, Austin. Who shot you?
Didn't say. Too dark. We were just out. Minding our own business.
Out where? Out near the Wade place?
Could have been.
So, all right, come on.
Come
on. Be the cells if I had my way, but we'll start with the hospital.
So, we get there, and there's this old lady chasing this greyhound round and around the backyard with a frying pan. So, my partner manages to catch the old lady, and I managed to catch the greyhound, and we put his muzzle back on him like this, and calmed him down. He just got a bit overexcited, you see, because of all the chickens.
Had he hurt any of them?
Well, this is the thing. The old lady's howling her head off because he's put a fair-sized hole in one of the chickens' backs. Blood and guts everywhere. So I said, just to calm her down, well, he'll be right, you know, all you need is a needle and thread to stitch him up in no time. Well, this is my mistake, you see, because she goes running back into the house, fetches a needle and a reel of thread, comes back out, and my partner laughed for weeks about this. I ended up sitting on the front porch for 3 hours stitching up this chicken.
Was it okay?
Yeah, well, it was fine. But the funny thing was, the old lady rang me up for 3 weeks, I suppose, thanking me every day, and slowly she became more and more cold. So in the end, I said to her, you know, what's wrong? And she said, well, this is all very well, Constable, but when are you coming over to take the stitches out?
Oh, it's you, boss. I'm sorry.
Who did you think it was? Burglars?
No, I just thought you'd be at the pub by now, that's all.
Oh, I've got to write this up. Nothing like a bit of crime fiction. A thrilling tale of how Austin Blair turns up with a bullet hole in his foot and some stupid story about being shot at in the dark.
And it just happens to be up near the Wade place. I told him and Miles to be here first thing tomorrow morning, make a full statement.
Yeah, right, yeah. Did you get photos of the wound?
Mm-hmm. I think Miles, a good Samaritan, might be more directly involved.
Here's the paper, Kathleen. Listen, we're going to have to do something about this Puma business before it gets totally out of hand.
You mean dog business, don't you, boss?
Whatever. I'm keeping an open mind. I knew an old sergeant once out the back of stall, reckons he saw one. A puma. Reckons he saw it pull down a full-grown heifer.
Yeah, well, old sergeants get funny ideas sometimes, don't they?
Anyone particular in mind, Senior?
No, just a general comment, that's all. See you tomorrow.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
That's all right.
And I'll do it when the kids are going to bed.
All right. Well, thank you. I enjoyed it.
Good.
They seemed to as well, I think, the kids.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah. So, what do you say?
About what?
You know. Look, go.
Wayne, look, the kids asked you here. I didn't, and they've gone to bed now, so perhaps you should just go.
I don't get it.
No, and don't think you're going to either.
What is it with you? Why are you so uptight?
I'm not uptight. I'm not some single mother who's going to let a man con his way into a bed because he pretends to like the kids.
I don't pretend to like your kids. I actually do like them. And all right, so I wouldn't mind sleeping with you too much. What does that make me, some kind of a pervert? Gabe, I'm not some problem that you have to deal with. It's all in your head.
Oh, looks like PJ's running out of time.
Yes, you know, there's a lesson in this, Cooper. Never back the favourite. Never.
What favourite?
Wayne getting it on with Mrs. Greenaway?
Oh, well, you guys have made bets on it, have you?
No, not me, him.
You care to place another?
Yeah, on what?
Romance. I think Wayne's finally found himself a winner. I think Gabe may very well be the making of him.
You little Bills and Boodle. I'll give you the odds, shall I?
Yeah.
All right, here we are. Where are they? Where exactly did this shooting take place?
I'm not sure.
You said last night it was the Wade place.
No, I didn't. You did.
Don't play games with me, Miles.
Right, so you were out with Charlie and that pack of crazies looking for the Puma, is that right?
What if you were? So what?
Because you're barred from carrying rifles, that's why.
Who said we were carrying rifles? We were just acting as guides.
Doesn't alter the fact that you're actually trespassing on the Wade property and that you're involved in the reckless use of firearms.
According to you.
So, how did Austin get his bullet wound?
I told you, I don't know. It was too dark.
Dark.
Inside of a car, mate.
It could have been anybody.
Oh, yeah, anybody could have tripped over that tree root.
What tree root?
Well, any tree root, if there had been one, I mean. My foot's really playing up. I should get back to bed.
Sit down, Austin. What tree root, mate?
I want to talk to Miles.
Yeah? I bet he really wants to talk to you, too.
Miles stumbled, his gun went off and he shot Austin in the foot.
So it sounds like Austin did it to himself.
So it was an accident?
It was no accident they were out there carrying rifles in the first place. The magistrate ought to throw the book at him this
Yeah,
time.
well, let's hope she does. Enough idiots with guns out there as it is. Hi, T-Ball.
Has anybody seen these? The Melbourne papers. Where do they get rubbish like that?
Where do you reckon? Well, here's a clue. Local identity, Mrs. Leela Clegg, gives a first-hand account of her encounter with the legendary Mount Thomas feline. Its teeth were enormous, said the 48-year-old Mrs. Clegg.
48's a bigger myth than the Puma.
Here we go. Local Chamber of Commerce considers reward for capture of live cougar.
Cougar?
What the hell are they trying to do?
What do you think he's going to bring tourists, sightseers? He's going to make money out of them. All right. Let's try and bring a bit of sanity back to the township, shall we? T-Ball, you're the expert. How do you reckon we catch whatever it is?
Well, it's a dog, Tom, I told you. With a liking for an easy kill, and it'll be back for more.
No one's seen it since yesterday. No lambs attacked.
Yeah, well, the shooters would have scared it off.
Or it simply wasn't hungry. Or its owner had it chained up.
So you mean someone owns it and knows what it's doing?
Oh, perhaps, perhaps not. Either way, there's a good chance it'll put in an appearance today. Can I suggest something?
What?
Bait.
What, poison meat?
I mean a live lamb staked with a marksman in a hide nearby.
Okay, matey. Here we go. Moment of truth. Oh, off you go. Look, I'm sorry, mate, but if it is you, we need to find out. Oi! Come on. Go, you stupid dog, go!
Anything? No. I got my doubts about this.
Like what?
I'll say it is a Puma. He's not going to come out in daylight.
Well, T-Ball's certain it's a dog.
Yeah, maybe. She could be stuck here for days.
Beats pushing paper around a desk.
Yeah, there is that about it, I suppose.
Anything from Wayne yet?
No, not yet. Bit early, I would have thought.
Let me know as soon as anything happens.
Yep, of course. You all right?
Indigestion.
Indigestion? I thought he was on a diet.
Well, it's not how much you eat, it's what you eat.
Now, listen to Dr. Pritikin, will you?
Can I get you anything, boss?
I think so. Fine.
All right. Don't forget you've got your medical 3 hours.
Thank you, Doyle. My memory's fine, too.
Hear that?
What?
The bleeding.
Stopped.
Yeah, exactly.
There! I see it.
No, wait, let brace cover.
You wacker!
You're a bloody idiot, Charlie!
Do I look like a dog?
I'll get my back this way!
Big and black, he said.
Yeah? Well, a Doberman.
Possibly.
Boss, you don't really buy the Puma option, do you?
Why don't we wait and see? At least it lets a few local canines off the hook.
That's what you're worried about, isn't it?
What?
Digger.
No, of course not. What are you talking about?
Excuse me, boss. T-Ball wants to have a word with you.
T-Ball.
I thought you ought to know. I've been out to see Mrs. Clegg. Her dog has a nasty hole in its back. She said it got caught up on some barbed wire, but it's obvious what it is. A gunshot wound.
Just brought him out for some fresh air. You're not going to run off anywhere this time, are you, Rex?
You know why I'm here, don't you, Leela?
Not for that cup of tea, I reckon.
No.
Couldn't afford him, really. Not on my pension. Big appetite, these dogs. Kids next door used to try and help. They save some of their dinners. Don't think Gabe even knew.
Well, I don't know. I think she might have.
Yeah? No. It wasn't just the food. He needed lots of exercise. It wasn't fair to keep him cooped up. But you want company when you're old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, you don't. But you will, one day. So, you gonna put the handcuffs on me?
No. I don't think it'll be necessary.
Oh, pity. Might have enjoyed it.
Come on.
We can't leave him.
Look, all right, okay. All right. We'll just wait, eh? T-Ball's coming by to pick him up.
I knew what he'd done that first morning when he came home with blood all over his mouth. And I knew I had to do something to put people off the scent. So I invented the Mount Thomas Puma story.
Why don't you just keep him tied up?
I tried. It's a bit of rope. He snapped it. He's a big dog. Don't let them put him down. Please, Mr. Croydon. It's all I've got. I'll pay for the lambs. I've got an insurance policy. I can cash it in, really.
Leila, are you okay?
I'm all right, love. It's Rex.
Yeah, we heard.
You shot him.
Ben, he had to. Rex was killing lambs.
I don't believe you.
Well, it's the truth. You just ask Leila.
It's the truth, love.
I don't care. You didn't have to shoot him.
What happened to him now?
Well, they say he'll probably have to be put to sleep, love.
Yeah. Hey, boss. Look, I was just wondering about the dog.
Yes?
Well, does he have to be put down?
It's up to the court.
Yeah, but I mean, if the lambs were paid for, if we recommended...
Come on, Wayne, what is this? The dog's a stock killer. You know as well as I do what's got to be done. I know it's tough on Leela. I know how close you can get to an animal, but this is a farming community. There's nothing I can do.
No, I suppose not.
Now, listen, I think the kids will understand if you explain it properly.
You did it on purpose, didn't you, Charlie?
What?
Scared it off.
What? What are you talking about? I saw the poor little woolly creature.
What a load of crap. You still weren't convinced it wasn't Dylan, were you? That's why you joined the dog hunt and the puma hunt.
Absolute rubbish.
You screwed up my shot.
Patterson.
I could have killed that thing clean. Now it's suffering.
I think you should go home, Charlie.
I could have him for assault.
And we could investigate his allegations.
Now, what's the use? He's got the umpire on his side.
Charlie, out.
Just thought you'd like to know the shooters are trying their luck elsewhere. Rumours of weird sightings out Widgery Way.
Well, there's nothing unusual about that, is there?
And I might need a bit of help with a certain local identity. She's drowning her sorrows with the last of her pension.
Oh, sounds like another job for the granny squad.
That's not funny, Cooper. I'll take care of it.
You allowed to buy people whiskey when you're on duty?
Well, I won't tell anybody if you don't. One dog lover to another. Cheers.
Cheers. They're not going to let him go, are they, Rex?
No.
Funny, isn't it? I could afford to look after him a bit better now. With the money that newspaper bloke gave me for the Puma story.
Right.
Sorry about that, Tommy. Sergeant. Oh, I suppose you could say it serves me right. If I hadn't made up the story, Rex mightn't have got shot.
Perhaps. Listen, Leela, why don't you get it over with?
What do you mean?
Rex is badly injured. He must be in a lot of pain. Why prolong the agony? I mean, for you as well. We could take him down there now.
You'd come as well?
I'd be glad to.
To Rex.
Rex.
You've been a good boy, Rex. A real good boy.
I'm ready now.
Won't hurt him, will it?
No, he won't feel a thing. No, he'll just go to sleep.
That's it, Rex. Just go to sleep. A nice long sleep.
No, but just hold his head like that.
Would you like me to do it?
No, I'll do it.
Thank you. Yes, good boy.
Just a good boy. Everything's going to be fine, Rex. Everything. You're just going to have a nice long sleep. Is that it?
Yes, he's gone.
Oh, goodbye, Rex. Goodbye, love.
Well, all gone, have they, the clock watchers?
It's been a long, hard day, boss.
You don't have to tell me. I've just been with Leela to put Rex down.
Boss, you did think it was Digger, didn't you?
I found some bones in among the lettuces, but I wasn't sure.
By the way, Dr. Georgiadis rang for you.
Did she?
Mm-hmm. A couple of times, actually. Wanted to know why you had in front of your medical.
What did you tell her?
I said you're out, busy, on a job.
Good, huh? I'll give her a call tomorrow.
Right. Well, I'm off. Come to the pub?
No, not tonight. I've got to go and feed that ugly mutt of mine. The medical's not going to go away.
Where is he now?
Well, some people believe that when you die, you go to a better, happier place. And maybe that's true for dogs too, but...
What? Don't you believe it?
No, Ben. No, I don't. Look, I'd love to tell you that Rex was up in doggy heaven, scoffing himself with goodos. But this isn't some fairy story with a happy ending. This is a true thing. Now, Rex was killing other animals, and he had to be stopped. I'm sorry, but there was no other way.
Can't you sew him up?
No, I'm sorry, we can't. My dad had a cat at his service station, sort of a mascot. His name was Bowser. Pretty funny name for a cat, eh? He's a scruffy old thing, you know. He's always covered in grease. He used to sleep in the pit under the hoist in the workshop. Anyway, one morning we found him out by the pumps. He'd crawled up from the road. First I thought he had some kind of an insect in his mouth, but it was dried blood. He was just lying there with his head in his hands.
His paws.
Yeah, his paws. Well, when I picked him up, he made this little noise, you know, like I'd hurt him. You see, a car had hit him and he was all hurt inside.
What'd you do?
Well, we took him to the vet, just like Rex. She said there wasn't much we could do to help him, so she said the kindest thing to do would be to put him to sleep. So we gave him an injection and he just drifted off to sleep. Didn't hurt a bit.
Did you cry?
Well, I nearly got away without crying, but right at the last second he reached out with his paw and he touched me on the end of the nose. Kind of like he was saying goodbye. I cried then.
No more lambs will die now, will they?
No, mate. But it's still a shame.
There you go, mate. The hell with diets, eh? Well, no hard feelings? I'll take that as a yes. Gone. Amazing what a couple of beers will do for indigestion, eh? So what do you reckon, Dig? Somewhere out there, the odd lone puma?
Kids getting ready for bed?
Good. How's Leela?
Okay, a bit drunk, rambling on about cops not being such bad buggers after all. So, is she going to be charged?
Oh, that'll be up to Frank Wade. Probably not, though. I'd say he'd just be glad to have the whole thing over with.
Good. Thanks for talking to the kids. They seemed a bit upset. So.
No, not a problem. I don't know if it did any good.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
Well, it'll probably be the last time I get a dinner invitation from them.
I don't know. I think they'd forgiven you already.
Well, I probably should be on my bike.
Wayne, I just wanted to... Well, I thought perhaps we could go on a picnic.